Good morning. It is Sunday, September 28th. I'm out for my morning walk with Ollie right now. We really had to switch some things up yesterday, so no bike ride. We ended up going to a celebration of life for a family friend in the afternoon, and in the morning I helped my wife rearrange her booth that she's got at a local antique store. She just got a larger spot, which is super exciting. So we had to go over and move the shelves around. It was a solid little project. So that's what we did in the morning. Headed straight over to the celebration of life, and then didn't really feel worth it to try to squeeze in a mountain bike in the afternoon. So I decided to make yesterday the rest day for the week. And this morning I am just able to take it slow, don't have to rush off, but I'm gonna enjoy some coffee after the walk here, and then I'm headed out to the state park for my ride. Carnage from yesterday's antique store renovations behind me. We have some stuff we've got to get rid of, like this big ass carpet, but that is not my problem right now. Right now, the only problem that I have is not spilling my cup of coffee in my crotch while I drive. I'm raging a bit of a war on convenience, especially when it comes to coffee. I just hate travel mugs, especially the short, stout kind that don't fit in a cup holder anyways. It's like, what's the freaking point? I would rather have a cup that I like, that's just as inconvenient, but's dope as fuck, and that I like to drink out of. So, sticking with tried and true coffee mug. I won't buy a coffee mug unless it speaks to me in some kind of way. So I'll never just go out and hunt for a coffee mug. I sort of feel like the coffee mug has to find me. So this one in particular, we were in Taos, New Mexico, skiing, and we had gone off just to explore a little bit of the local area, and we walked into this random sort of barn-looking building, and it happened to be a pottery studio. And right in the center of the pottery studio, on a stump, was this cup. And I had been telling my wife that I had been looking for a special mug for a long time, and I walked in and it was the first thing that I saw, and I said, that's the one. So I picked it up and I bought it, and this has been my go-to mug now for like 4 years. I haven't really used any other mug. Now we've sort of accumulated some other ones that I do like. That exercise, eat fiber, die anyways cup my wife got for me recently, and I really like it. I've got a couple of stoneware mugs that she got me for Christmas that are really awesome. And then I've got one mug that I love for making lattes and things like that. And that was another one that sort of called to me while I was at a coffee shop down in San Diego, and I just had to have it. So that is sort of the collection right now. But we're drinking coffee. I've got my bagel here too, and we are gonna go over to Montaña de Oro for another mountain bike ride. I don't really know what trail I want to do today. I'm sort of stuck because I've really been enjoying riding Hazards Peak. I just really love that area of the park. And then dropping down East Boundary to the Fire Road is Lake Creek is pretty sweet. But I've done it a bunch of times recently, so I might go ride Oats Peak again. I'm not 100% certain. Maybe I'll look on a map and try to find something new, but we're definitely going out to MDO. The weather for riding today just looks absolutely incredible. It's overcast, it's gloomy. I am ready to go have some fun. Okay, so as I was driving out to MDO, I caught a look at Sandspits, which is a surf spot that you can see as you're cresting into the park, and it just looked unreal. So I'm making a quick detour because I want to go check out the waves. This is a spot where I don't really know when it's good and when it's not. You know, I can't really figure it out from the reports. I'm sure somebody could help me with that, but I've had a couple of my best days on the Central Coast surfing out here, and I've also been skunked here more times then I can count. But when it's good, it's really, really good. I mean, this is literally just one of my favorite places in the entire world. What an epic area. It doesn't look very big from up here. I'm pretty far away from the waves though, but it is absolutely firing. There's maybe 2 guys in the water. And that's what's hard about this spot is like the reports are iffy. It takes a lot of effort to get out here. Even if you live in Morro Bay, it's like a 20-minute drive to where I'm at, and then you have to hike out. And if it's foggy, sometimes even from where I'm at, you can't see the surf. So you just sort of have to take a risk and hope for the best. You know, I haven't been in the water since I got hurt, but I'm looking forward to jumping in the ocean when I go up to Pacific Grove on Monday. I'll bring the board. If things look good, I'll probably hop in the water, but if it's really big, I'm gonna stay out. I just don't wanna get hurt again, and it's not worth it trying to surf something really big when I haven't even surfed in 9 months. So really stoked to get back in the water here soon. Wintertime's coming around, and that's when the surf here gets really good. So got to keep prepping my body for it. Got to make sure that my knee feels stable. I don't want to get re-injured, you know, really quickly, but I really want to get back in the water. Okay, we're back on the road. I think we're gonna go up Oates Peak today. It rained a couple of days ago, not super hard. You know, all the dirt out here looks dry, but I think that rain is gonna pack things down really well out on the MDO trail. Whereas Hazards Peak is just gonna be rocky and chunky and loose no matter what. So gonna head up the Oates Peak trail and check it out, see if the dirt is any good. All right, so the last part of this ride that I'm on is like this super loose sort of like sea shale bullshit. If you look on any map anywhere for mountain biking, this section is listed as hike a bike. So we're going up. I've tried to ride up it before. It's really fucking hard. But we're going up today. God, the weather's incredible out here right now. Light breeze. It's cold. I got misted on pretty heavy. If it starts raining, that would be very interesting. But I checked the forecast and it's not supposed to, so we'll see. But check out those views. I mean, wow. Everywhere you look, it's epic. Bike ride done. I'm at home now. I am super hungry, so I'm gonna make some cookies. I made this cookie dough the other night when we had some friends over, so I'm gonna cook up a little bit of that, and then we've got some leftover fried rice that I am gonna throw back into the pan and cook up with a few eggs. So lunch is going down, and then I'm just gonna hang out for the afternoon, throw together a quick video, and then probably just watch a movie or watch some TV. Take it easy. Sunday, so it's the end of the training week, so that means it's just time for a quick check-in to go over what the week has actually looked like. So today's bike ride, going on the screen right here, we did 10.2 miles, 1,400 feet of elevation. I was out there for about an hour and a half. It was just a super fun ride. Weather was phenomenal, couldn't have asked for a better day, and the dirt was feeling really sticky too. It just rained on Tuesday, so between Tuesday and today there's been enough time for things to dry out, so it wasn't wet, but definitely my first time experiencing at least what I would consider hero dirt. Super stoked on that. Total weekly volume right now, we did 8.2 hours of activities, so that is definitely up from the last week. I threw in an additional bike ride this week, which probably led to that huge jump. So that's something that I definitely need to be on the lookout for, is just not adding in other activities when it's gonna wreck my whole week. I want to still be flexible and be able to add things in here and there if people are available, if I've got time to go for a ride, or soon here, starting to go out surfing. I would love to be able to do that, but I just need to be cautious and not overdo it, because I definitely have a habit of doing that. Throwing up the training program here, we hit all of our runs this week. We also hit all of our max lifts on the 5-3-1 day, so feeling super good about that 5-mile run this week for the long run. Not the best. I was definitely feeling like heavy legs, and like my breathing was a little bit weird. It was like my nose was stuffy during that run, and it really, one, jacked my heart rate up, but two, just sort of waned my motivation to be out running, which is, it feels a little bit silly, but you have on days and you have off days, so I'll take it. Mountain bike ride today. So again, we hit all of our workouts. We had an additional mountain bike ride at the beginning of the week, and then we also had a PT session added this week. So some additional intensity for sure. That PT session is not included in that weekly volume number, so gotta keep an eye out for those additional activities. And again, just make sure I'm not overdoing it. We started the week here in what I would consider like a recovery deficit. And as the week sort of built, I was able to sleep my way back to feeling good. HRV is looking good. I've had a couple of really good nights of sleep in a row, despite the fact that Saturday night and Friday night were later nights than normal. I went to bed around 12 both nights. Still got really good sleep both of those nights, and woke up feeling recovered and ready to go. So looking forward to hopping into this deload week. It's timing really nicely with a family vacation, because we're about to take off for Pacific Grove. So really, really excited to have some time just to hang out with the family and not be focused on where am I gonna do my workout. I will go running. I'll probably go running with my dad. Short runs, 2 miles. Again, want to stick to the program, but it'll be nice to get out and have some fun. That's the weekly check-in. We'll do it all over again next week. Starting on Monday, tomorrow. Again, deload. We're just gonna take it easy, have a fun week, and try to feel super rested by the end of it.